Welcome back to Mass Radio Sports Talk presented by 3.5 Athletes. Right now it's time to have a listen to Lacey's Lutes. Here we go.
I am here with Kory VanderStaay. He is a senior on the PLU baseball team. Kory came off of an exciting weekend. You guys played Lewis and Clark here at home, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And you guys ended up winning 3 out of 3 games. And on Saturday, you guys had a doubleheader. In the second game, you guys were tied in the 6th inning because you hit a home run. And then in the final inning, you hit a walk-off home run. What were you feeling in that moment?
And really never felt anything like that before. It was my first ever walk-off home run, obviously. I don't even know if I've had a walk-off hit before, but yeah, it just felt great. Everybody on the team was battling all game, and I don't know, the other team played really well. The starting pitcher did a great job, and I don't know, it just felt good to be able to come away with the win.
And I know you went skydiving over the summer. Can you compare the two feelings of skydiving and then hitting a walk-off home run?
I never really thought about it until now, but I guess I kind of can for both of them. It was just so exciting in the moment that now when I think back at it and I try to really, I can't remember actually seeing the ball go over the fence, and I don't really remember what I saw on my way down skydiving, but I just can still remember the feeling, and I don't know, there's nothing like it. It was, both events were pretty awesome.
And can you kind of take us through what you were feeling when you stepped up to the plate each time, first in the 6th inning and then the 9th?
I've been feeling pretty good hitting, so I was feeling confident coming up to bat. In both of those two cases, I was pretty fortunate. The pitcher had been doing a really good job in the game, getting ahead of hitters, so getting into good pitching counts, like more strikes than balls. But in both of those cases, he was a little wild early in the count, so I got into a position where I was able to get good fastballs to hit. And, yeah, so, I mean, I feel like I'm hitting well, but also there's always a lot of luck that comes into it, too, to be able to get the pitch you want.
Did you know as soon as you made contact that it was going to be a home run?
Yeah, the second one I did, yes. The first one I wasn't very sure. I actually thought the guy caught it against the wall, but it just barely snuck over. The second one, though, yeah, I knew right away it was over. Awesome.
So you're a senior on the team this year. PLU was picked second behind Whitworth in the Northwest Conference coaches poll. What do you kind of expect from your team this year?
Well, even from the beginning, we expected to take first. That poll kind of is just motivation to us. And now after early in the season, Whitworth dropped a couple games, and we've been able to – this sweep was huge for us because it gave us some separation throughout the year. Each game's going to mean a lot because I know the league's very even. For example, Whitworth, who, as you said, is expected to win the league, they dropped 2 games to a team that generally isn't seen as one of the better teams, but it just shows how evenly matched our whole league is, really.
And what is your relationship like with the other seniors on the team? I think I counted there were 12. A couple might have eligibility athletically, but what is your relationship like with those guys?
It's the closest group I've ever been with. I mean, I think there's 4 or 5 of us that have been together the full 4 years. And then after that, I know the rest have came in. Most of them came in their sophomore year, so they've been here 3 years. Yeah, it's a really close-knit group. We all are friends on the field, obviously, but the relationships don't change. We always hang out off the field. I mean, they're all my closest friends I have.
And kind of changing gears here, what is your major here at PLU, and what do you plan to do with that in the future?
I'm health and fitness promotion major in kinesiology, and I hope to work as a strength and conditioning coach down the road.
So I know you have some practice in doing that here at PLU. Can you tell us a little bit about your job here at PLU in the weight room?
I've been really fortunate. I have a job as an assistant strength and conditioning coach here, working under Coach Chris Rice, and it's been a really good opportunity for me, just because I've always known that I want to work with athletes. I mean, I've always really enjoyed strength training and everything that goes into it, but I've never actually been able to help coach other people. So, I mean, just to be able to do it hands-on and assure myself that that is what I want to do, it's really been a great opportunity. Yeah.
And so I know you work with some of the teams here on campus. What are those teams? Do you work with all of them?
I've worked with quite a few. I've worked with swimming the most, probably. I worked with baseball and softball in the fall, women's basketball, men's basketball. There might be a couple more. I've worked with rowing a little bit, women's rowing. There might be a couple more, but that's all that comes to mind right now.
Do you ever have any challenges in training your peers? Because essentially you might have classes with these students or you're really close in age with a lot of them. Do you ever have challenges there?
It can be difficult because it's hard to separate friendships from trying to hold them accountable and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be. But I don't know, because you don't want to come across as acting like you're superior or something like that. Like, you don't want them to get the feeling of that, but it can also be helpful too, because there's more of a level of respect, because I know I'm friends with a lot of them. So at the same time, I don't want to do something to offend them, but they also know me and they respect me, and so it can also be a good thing.
And are you still working during your season?
Not so much in the spring. The baseball team is training, but since it's pretty much just our team going right now, I just work out with my team, and Chris and Jen lead the workouts.
Do you ever give some of your teammates pointers on certain lifts?
Yeah, it's hard for me to just stand by and not do anything. So if I'm lifting and see something I feel needs to be pointed out, I still go out of my way to say it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Kory, and good luck this season.
Time in the weight room really paid off for VanderStaay as he powered the Lutes to a winning Game 2 of their series against Lewis and Clark.